If you want to be an innovator, you need to be inspired. Accept failure at all costs. People are going to take advantage of you. It's going to happen. Some people don't understand what you go through. One of my key successes was my wife. Behind every man's success is there's a strong woman.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, Raisa Afrida, and today we have a truly inspiring guest joining us. And today's episode is brought to you by MCG Career College. Musap Abdel, widely known as Moose, he is a trailblazing entrepreneur, community leader, and catalyst for change. As a two-time founder, he leads Struggle Is Your Success, SIYS, a Black-led nonprofit transforming the lives of marginalized youth through entrepreneurial education and skill development as the CEO and president. He is also the founder of QA Enterprise, an AI-driven tech startup pioneering innovation across Alberta and beyond. His relentless pursuit of impact bridges the gap between technology, empowerment, and social transformation. He is a lead innovator in design thinking and disruptor in the ecosystem and specializes in improving business quality, efficiency, and communication. His expertise is fostering an entrepreneurial mindset, has made a real impact in the field. Today, we will explore his journey, the lessons he has learned, and his advice for you guys who are aspiring entrepreneurs. Welcome to the podcast, Moose. How are you today?
Thanks for having me. It's a huge honor.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Well, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Musap. I go by the name Moose. I am the founder and president and CEO of a nonprofit, Black-led nonprofit, Struggle Is Your Success. I'm also a founder of an artificial intelligence firm called QA Enterprises, which stands for Quality Amalgamation. And I'm the managing partner over there on that side. So
I see.
Yeah, a father, a husband. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I'm going to dive into our first question. Struggle Is Your Success is an incredible initiative. What inspired you to start it, and what impact has it made so far?
Yeah, that's a great question. Struggle Is Your Success was inspired by my story, my journey, coming from multiple struggles in my life, but also I looked at a wide range of problems in our city, across Canada, around what are the youth doing? The youth who are not employed, the youth who can't get a job, the youth who can't find any type of training, the youth who can't find any sort of education, which stands for the acronym NEET, NEET. And we found, through my research, I found that 10% of Canada's population are in that category. Youth between the ages of 14 to 25 that are in that category, not in education, not employed, and not in any type of training. So that's where the inspiration comes, through my story and through solving a problem that youth are facing, right? At-risk youth, racialized, stigmatized youth, marginalized youth, BIPOC youth, who don't have the opportunity for them to succeed around education, around training, and around employment. So that's that.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing the story behind it. Well, my second question is about your skills in entrepreneurship. You've worked extensively in entrepreneurship and innovation. How has your experience shaped your approach to leadership?
That's a great question. I think my approach to leadership using the entrepreneurial lens and using the innovation lens is, how can I create a community? And a community that is that have the opportunity to thrive through their innovative ideas. But not just a community. I was trying to figure out, how can I build a community that's not going to be judged, that is not going to witness bullying, that's not going to witness racism, that's not going to witness struggles. A community where there's that sense of belonging, where a dream is not shut down, where an idea is not shut down. So my approach was trying to figure out the inspiration of using methodologies that will create meaningful impact, right? Rather than leading in the front, I rather lead in the trenches and in community, right? It's not about me, it's about the community.
That's amazing to know. And that's why we're very happy to have you here. If you don't know, MCG actually stands for Making Communities Great. And this is why we appreciate people like you who are actually going there and being out there in the community and making those positive changes.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that when you do these things, there are lots of challenges. I want to ask you my next question, which is about what has been the biggest challenge so far, like the biggest challenge you have faced in your entrepreneurial journey, and how did you overcome it?
That's a great question. I think one of the two of the biggest challenges is figuring things out on your own. Trying to figure things out by yourself and not having that support system can be very challenging. But also, the second challenge is, witnessing imposter syndrome. You achieve something, your ego gets boosted up, and you have that title. Oh, I'm a CEO, I'm a president, or I'm a founder, or I'm an entrepreneur. Your ego skyrockets. So one of the biggest challenges is sitting down on your own and humbling yourself, and trying to make sure that, why did you start this in the first place? Why are you in this job in the first place? Why are you in this journey in the first place? Why are you building community in the first place? So if you identify those key strategies of why did you start it, it will give you that sense of thinking where you humble yourself. Right? And look at yourself and appreciate the small wins and appreciate human, right? And appreciate people and appreciate you're part of a system where you can tackle real world problems. So that's
really amazing to know. It's as easy as that. Hey, just like talk to yourself and
it's not
humble
easy.
It down.
Humbling it down. I don't think it's easy. So, I went through a lot of challenges trying to figure, sitting in my office until 4 a.m. at night and asking myself who I am. Why am I doing this work? Why am I being judged? Why are people in community mistaking your passion for ego or vice versa, and some people don't understand what you go through. So it's not about the people, it's more about understanding yourself. And when you understand yourself and understand who you are and why you started what you started, everything else is outside noise.
Now, Moose, my next questions are about innovation and leadership in business. And the first question is, I can see that how much AI is such a big topic right now, and AI is transforming lots of businesses, including ours too. How do you see it shaping the future of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think AI is not just shaping the future, it's a disruptor in the ecosystem. Artificial intelligence is not something to ignore. It's something that's extremely important that we all have to adapt to. So a lot of people in the ecosystem and around businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses are worried that AI is going to take over your job. Now, let me tell you, as someone who runs an AI firm, AI is not going to take your job, but the person who understands AI will take your job. So adapting the tools, understanding the algorithms, understanding machine learning at its highest core, and testing all the different tools. There's a lot of tools for marketing, for research, for data analysis, for product development, for coding. There's a lot of artificial intelligence tools that you can maximize on, which will, make your processes very effective, very efficient, and also understanding why are you using AI. There's tools like Microsoft Copilot. There's tools like Bard. There's tools Bard and Gemini. There's tools like ChatGPT, and not just that. Well, there's a lot of new tools out today that are disrupting the ecosystem, such as the new tool, the new AI tool that's called DeepSeek, right? So DeepSeek is out today, and a lot of businesses are using it and trying to understand the algorithms behind it and how it was built.
Yeah, and it's an open source.
And it's open source. I think DeepSeek was built in a very short term with under budget versus where ChatGPT has built their model, and they spent over budget. So I think AI will transform businesses in the education business, in the healthcare business, in the tech sector, 100% in the tech sector, in the nonprofit sector. AI can do a lot, from grant writing to affecting processes to time management to scheduling to building curriculums. There's a lot of stuff. So that's how I see. So my advice to colleges, my advice to researchers, academic professors, people in the ecosystem, if you're not involved in AI, the time is now. And if you wait, then you should be concerned.
Well, thank you for sharing those. You know what, Moose? We are actually using AI right now in our programs like architectural technology. Our program is like all the programs that we teach. The instructors are also using AI and teaching the students how to use them in an ethical way, right? Because you cannot cheat your assignment. There is also another question that comes in mind is, as a lead innovator in design thinking, what key strategies should entrepreneurs adopt to stay ahead of the game? What would be maybe like 2 or 3 strategies that you would suggest?
That's a great question. I think the number one aspect is before getting to design thinking, is understanding the importance of innovation. What it means, how to use it, where to use it, how to implement innovation. Because it's a big word, right? Innovation is a big word. Everybody wants to innovate.
Yeah.
Right? I want to innovate, but they don't know how. I think it starts with 2 components: inspiration and creativity, right? To innovate, if you want to be an innovator, you need to be inspired, right? So find someone that can inspire you. And number 2, use your creative methods, whatever creativity you bring, as if it's using Canva, if we're using your drawing, arts and culinary, whatever it is to write things down. Once you do that, you understand the importance of innovation, then you have the ability to get into the design thinking process. And the design thinking process is an ability to understanding the consumer, understanding the problem, understanding the challenges. Design thinking is not just a method of thinking critically. It's a method to understand what problem are you solving. Once you understand what problem you're solving, then you bring innovation into it. Once you bring innovation into it, you have someone who's you're inspired by, and then you're using your creativity analogies into it, writing your things down, then you're in the process of innovation. Once you bring your process into innovation, then you have the ability to understand what society is asking for, what problems that you're trying to solve. So you asked me two key strategies. Understanding data. Okay? Data. Data involves surveys, research, problem, all of it. 2 would be collaborating in creating a solution. You can't solve a problem by yourself. Mm-hmm. You just can't. So that's the aspect of design thinking at its early stages. Then it gets a little bit deeper.
Well, you know what? I'm sure that at the end of the podcast, I'm going to ask you like how people can reach out to you so you can share all these detailed answers with
Absolutely.
them. But before that, I do want to ask you some questions, and these are all about advices and future visions that you have.
Sure.
Now, if you were to give an advice to a young entrepreneur who is just starting out and who wants to be like you and wants to follow your footsteps, what advice would you give?
How many advices can I give? Is it 1, 2, 3? What is it?
Whatever you think. Maybe pick 3.
Pick 3. Number 1, if you want to be an entrepreneur, from the both sides, it's very unique. This advice. So if you're a male and you want to be an entrepreneur, get yourself a strong woman.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really nice advice.
Yeah, 100%. Because behind every man's success there's a strong woman.
I love that.
Okay. And if you're a female entrepreneur, I think your number 1 priority would be is get someone, a male who is championing you, is there to guide you, open doors for you. That's the number 1, 2. Number 2, those are the 2 first advice, male and female. Number 2 would be accept failure at all cost. Accept failure at all cost. You know, you're going to lose money. It's going to happen. You're going to lose friends. It's going to happen. People are going to take advantage of you. It's going to happen. So accept that. The moment you accept that and work around it, nothing will stop you. Number 3 is continue to work on your idea, your dream, no matter what people tell you. The entrepreneurial journey is not an easy journey. You're playing chess, not checkers, is what I would advise. So you're playing chess as a long-term strategy that 10 years from today, you will get somewhere. The entrepreneurial journey, if you want to be an entrepreneur, is not a get rich quick. This is a 10, 20-year game.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. Well, so I would say, just to sum up what you just said, is
Yeah.
a partner plays a big role in your
Absolutely.
success. Whether it's female, male, or non-binary, it doesn't matter. A partner can really help you when you're feeling down, because
Absolutely.
there will be lots of failures, and you have to accept that, and you have to believe in yourself, right?
Yeah, I think one of my key successes was my wife. My wife. She takes care of the house, but not just that. She takes care of my mind, my thinking. You know, when I come home, she's always there. When she's, just understand the entrepreneurial journey and telling me continue
Okay.
and willing to fail forward. So yeah.
That's amazing. Well, now, Moose, tell me about what's your next goal? Like, what are you working with? Any new projects? What's your next step?
Yeah, so for in the nonprofit side, our goal is to the next initiatives that we're trying to is to build additional programs. One of our current program is to have our entrepreneurial program, the Dream It, Plan It, Build It, as a diversion program within justice. And support the youth who are in trouble with the law as an ability for them to understand the entrepreneurial journey and understand the entrepreneurial skills, where they have the ability to dream, plan, and build, and not be judged for it. So, and then possibly opportunities where we're thinking about, diving into artificial intelligence and building a program there within the nonprofit. But that's on the nonprofit side. On the profitable side, I think we have two angles of services. So the first angle of services is that we are a consultancy firm. So we help small, medium-sized businesses understand the importance of prompt engineering and how to, generate more prompts around artificial intelligence and the tools. But also we're building an app to teach kids STEM through AI, through gamified solutions. So the goal around that problem is that we found teachers that are going through a lot of burnout, when they're, giving a textbook to a youth or to their students. And there's a lot of burnout on there. So we're trying to simplify the process of those textbooks and condensing them through gamified solutions. So if a kid wants to learn STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, they can do it through artificial intelligence through games.
So it will be so much fun for them to learn.
Easy.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And are you working with any other organizations currently, working on a specific project that you're very proud of that you want to mention?
On the tech side, our goal, me and my partners, we have two partners, one in Arizona, one in Chicago. And we're focused on the app development. But on the nonprofit side, our goal is to scale the organization and impact more youth. Today, we have impacted over 320 youth to date, right? It's between 320 to 350 kids to date. And our goal is to take our grassroots organization from a grassroots lens to a mainstream lens, where we are eventually going to become a big organization where we have facilitators and staff and team and giving them the ability, because we're an entrepreneurial organization for at-risk youth, where everyone has the ability to innovate, design, and collaborate.
Now, Moose, it makes me wonder that all the amazing kids that you have helped and they have got inspired through your organization, there must be so many success stories. Can you share one of them?
This past Friday, we had a graduation at the Genesis Center. And we had the mayor of Calgary, Mayor Jody Gonda. Thank you for your support and attending. One of the youth two of the youth, one of them just arrived in Canada. He's been in Canada for 3 months. He immigrated from Lebanon, and today, after graduation, he is on the process of, starting his entrepreneurial venture, Waves Media.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's a marketing consultant agency where he's trying to tell stories in different languages. So that's the impact. 3 months in new immigrant is doing an incredible job. The other youth, Harpreet, she struggled in the beginning of the course, but now she's on her road to develop the strategy of her entrepreneurial business, where it's called Harpreet Engineering. Wow. Around aerospace.
That's amazing.
Aerospace engineering, where she wants to disrupt the aerospace industry through innovation technology and bringing new forward technology that can make things very effective, very efficient, and very innovative. And that's what Calgary is about. Calgary is all about innovation. The city has a new name called Blue Sky City, and innovation is clear as the sky.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I'll leave it at that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing those amazing stories. Now, my last question is about to come.
Sure.
Our podcast is named Legacy Podcast.
Right.
Because we have amazing community leaders like you who wants to build a legacy and leave an amazing legacy behind. What is your legacy to leave behind?
That's a very tough question. What is my legacy? I think my legacy is being the voice for youth, not leaving a youth behind. Youth can come to this organization. They will not be judged. They will not be bullied. They have that sense of belonging, and they can dream whatever their dreams are. And it's my duty as the leader of the organization, and my team, my volunteers and staff, is to make that dream come to light. And that dream can be a business. That dream can be employment. That dream can be education or the pathway to education, and just being that voice. So that's the legacy. It's not about me. It's not about the organization. It's about the youth.
That's an amazing legacy to leave behind. Well, thank you so much, Moose, for your time. And it was a pleasure listening to you and having you here. But if people want to reach out to you, what would be the way to reach out?
Yeah, they can find us through our website. We have volunteer opportunities, www.siys.ca. If you're in it for the community, you're in it for the youth, this is the place to be. So please reach out, info@siys.ca. But if nonprofit is not for you and you want to be on the tech side, AI side, you can reach out to qa-enterprises.com and send us an email, and my team in the US will reach out to you. I don't know if we have any opportunities. We don't, because we're in a progress of development for the next 2-3 years. So I encourage viewers to check with me in 3 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And they can also reach out to you through LinkedIn, right? It's Musap A on LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Moose, for joining us. It was really amazing to hear about your wisdom, your experience, and your failures, because that's how we learn and that's how we grow.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, for our listeners and viewers, if you liked our episode, then feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. We will be back with more insightful conversation. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making communities great.
MCG, Making Communities Great.